Hello everybody, this is Old Soldier. Today we're going to do a product review on an item that I really like. And what it is the British Army surplus fleece thermal jacket. Now this is designed to be worn in conjunction with some sort of shell, or it can be also worn alone. And I don't have the outer garment for it, I just bought it as a shell. I have a number of fleece tops, but they can be quite expensive. So I was either shopping online or possibly shopping in a catalog, and I ran across this. I was looking for a fleece top that I could use hard, that wouldn't break the bank if I got it really dirty, torn up, soiled, or maybe covered with blood or some blood on it when I was hunting or processing game. This thing has exceeded expectations. I've had it for a number of years. It wears well, it hangs in there, and there's some other features on it that I really like. This fleece or thermal top was part of what the Brits called the Combat Soldier 95, which modernized equipment, and it had a line of equipment. This was part of a piece or a portion of equipment upgrades that the United Kingdom Armed Forces had between like the mid-90s until I think the first decade of the 2000s. I would love to talk to, or I'd like to hear some comments from somebody who actually served in the Brit Army or the British forces, who actually used one of these things. When I was in the military, my experience with the British military was excellent. I found them to be highly professional. Now, I have friends from the military. Their experience weren't quite so favorable, but mine personally were. One of my own personal points of performance that I like in gear is that the sewing, the hardware, whether they're grommets or whether they're zippers, work. These are very well sewn in, very robust zippers, and you will notice that this one, as the wearer wears it, the zipper handle is on the left-hand side. The zippers on this thing, on both the main zipper and the pockets, have really been, they've worked well. They've worked just how they're designed to. They haven't ripped out, and they work great. Both the collars and the cuffs on this fleece top are knit. They're comfortable, they wear well, and they're not itchy. One feature that sets this fleece top apart is the sewn-in thumb hole on the cuffs. This will keep the sleeves from riding up and also helps to protect your hands. I really hadn't thought about it much. This is the only jacket that I have that has this feature, but I really like it. There is a label on the inside that gives the military nomenclature on this piece of equipment. It also has room for a label and gives directions on how to care and clean it. There is also a metric size. If you buy it in a country that uses non-metric or standard measurements, please be sure to do the conversion before you buy. As a medium to large, the measurement conversion is for somebody a little bit smaller than I am, and I like my fleece and my overgarments a little bit loose, but this still works just fine. It's plenty baggy and it's not tight at all. There's also another label on the jacket with the image of a soldier and the letters DCTA. I found out after a little research this stands for Defense Clothing and Textiles Agency. I purchased this particular fleece top out of Sportsman's Guide catalog, and it was well under $20. I want to say $16 or $17. For me, it has worked exceedingly well. With Sportsman's Guide, they get items in stock and out of stock at various different times, as they are released by surplus and their buyers buy them from wherever, in this case probably overseas. This particular jacket, I'm guessing, was probably not issued to a combat arms. Having been in the infantry and having been in U.S. Special Forces, the gear that I used was used hard and wasn't in the best shape a lot of times when I turned it in. Be that as it may, I've given it hard use and it's held up pretty well. I would love to hear in the comments somebody who has issued one of these in the British Forces and what their thoughts and what experiences were with this piece of equipment. In the descriptions for this piece of gear, it is supposed to have a pull-tab drawstring waist. This one didn't come with it. Very common among soldiers to modify their gear. I probably was an annoyance to someone and they cut it off, or it either broke. Anyway, I've never missed it and I don't feel the need to replace it. So in summary, overall, this is a rugged piece of gear that keeps me warm, that works very well, that was very inexpensive. Some people also like the surplus military gear. I use a miss and match. I'm not adverse to surplus gear, and some of it I really like. And some of it, like this, works very well at an affordable price. a little online search, I could no longer find it in Sportsman's Guide. They were out of stock. But there was an overseas company. There were several places that I found it. And I found it also, I should mention, on eBay. But there was an overseas company that had it for sale for 12 pounds. My conversion for this says that the price before shipping was about $14.50. So that's really a bargain in these times. Anyway, that is my review of the British Army fleece top or thermal. This is Old Soldier out.